Thanks everyone for joining us. This is the Opportunity Mentoring Millionaires, and I'm Tracey Jamieson. I'm one of the co-owners, and I want to do this in a very specific protocol because I think it's very important for everyone to understand why I'm doing this. I'm going to go through the who, what, and the why, and it's very specific because you need to learn this format to do your who, what, and why for your business and for your personal branding. So who are we? We are Mentoring Millionaires, and we are the owners, myself and Val Smith. And let me tell you a little bit about Val Smith. I'm sure all of you here do know who he is, but for those who don't, Val really is a big deal in the industry. He has produced a lot of those so-called gurus that think they're the gurus and who have actually done some really great things in the industry, but they really came from a place of beginners and not knowing what they were doing. But they went through the school of Val Smith. They went through Mentors in Motion, and people went from shy, broke, and scared to become a lot of the big earners in the industry. That was in 2001 and 2006. That was Mentors in Motion. It was 287,000 people that he put through the company with over $91 million in sales. That's a big deal. And of course he went on in future years to do even more so, $800 million in sales and over 2.2 million people in the industry that he has coached, mentored, and people have seen great success. And why is that? Is because Val has a very different approach to marketing. He has a very different approach to what is out there and what is correct. And what is correct is it's all about building those relationships and doing your story, or my story marketing is what really it's talking about. So Val and I met about 2.5 years ago online, and we developed a friendship very, very quickly because our ideologies were very, very similar. I come from the corporate industry, but I also am a network marketer. I've been in the industry 20 years, but in 2006, February 2006, I took my leave of the corporate industry because I really was an entrepreneur at heart, and I didn't fit into that structure, even though I was co-managing $1 million a week corporation. It just wasn't feeding me, and that's the one thing we find about entrepreneurs are always hungry. They're always looking for something where they can stretch their legs, spread their wings, and do something that's going to leave a legacy. And that's who we are. So when Val and I met, we were like two peas in a pod. We figured we were like Siamese twins that were separated at birth. We had the same ideologies, and so what happened was Mentoring Millionaires really was born out of necessity, because what we saw, what was going on in the industry, really was taking people really and putting people through like a scam scenario. I mean, is everything a scam? No, it's not. But the industry, or a lot of companies in the industry, were marketing to people's weaknesses. And what I mean by that is that they were marketing to people's vulnerabilities, what they couldn't do, and they were telling people that we can do this for you. When, for instance, we'll put you in a rotator, we'll give you spillover, we'll give you all of these things. And we knew that that was such tragic information, and it was literally crippling people. It was crippling people and their organizations. And it really made us very angry about that whole thing that was going on in the industry. And so it really was, the timing was really correct about Val bringing back the whole true essence of what Mentors in Motion was. And Mentors in Motion really was about you, your story, and about building you as a brand. And you're never ever going to become anything in this industry if you don't create yourself and your own brand. You'll be in a sea of all the other people, and you'll just be a link out there that anybody can click on. And I'll tell you, nobody joins link, people join people. So we had a mission. We had partnered up with a couple of companies, using them as fulfillment houses, and I've been a consultant in the industry for years too. And even though you can consult with companies and you can give them good advice, they don't always take it because greed and all of that comes to the surface, and you can see where company owners take the initiative about their wallet over their members. And that's not what this industry is about. The industry is about helping people. It's about people helping people. It's about rising up people. And so what happened with us was that when Mentoring Millionaires actually was born, it really was born out of a necessity, because we were just tired of all that, the jerks out there and the companies that were really taking people for a ride. So it really was put together out of love for the industry. And Val, we both, I quit the corporate world in 2006 to become a full-time network marketer, professional network marketer. This is where I make my income from. And the industry has been very, very good to Val, and it's his responsibility. He feels it's a responsibility to be able to give back to the community and give back to the industry because of what he's learned, what he's taught, what he's managed to gain. He lives a very good lifestyle, and so that really is what the industry is about. It's about giving and taking. It's about relationships. It's about what you've learned, and then it's your obligation to give it back to the other people. And so that's what we did. So that's who we are. Val Smith, Tracey Jamieson, we're the owners of Mentoring Millionaires. And that's why we decided it was time for this company to come out and be able to mentor millionaires. We want to build millionaires. We want to create millionaires. We want people to stand on their own two legs. We want people to create their own dynasties. We want people to leave a legacy. And that's what we want to do. We want to leave a legacy, and you people are the legacy. And it's every single one of you that step up to the plate and say, I'm hungry and I want to make a difference. And that's definitely who I am. I want to make a difference in this world. I want to make a difference in this industry. And it's not about me. It's about everybody but me. And so that's what the company was. And so now let's talk about what it is and what our products are and why it's important for everybody to understand this. Our product line is, we're a service provider for one, okay? We have people that join. There's a 50,000 cellular database that you get when you join. That's part of the product line, okay? You're also going to get a marketing system. You've got all the lead capture pages. You've got the video capture pages and all of that, which we decided when we created this company was part of what the mainstream marketing world wanted to have. And so we made sure that we had that included in it, because it was very important that people know that that's their comfort zone, right? That is people's comfort zone. And of course, that was included in it. But we went even further because we believe in the visual content. And the visual content for us is video. And you'll always see Val on video. You'll never see Val type anything out. You'll never see him do any kind of a document. He doesn't look at his emails. He'll rely on me to actually share the emails with him for communication. However, the video component, trust me, folks, you cannot rely on an autoresponder. You cannot rely on a capture page to deliver everything that you need to in this industry. You need to start relying on yourself, and that really starts at that video content. And so when you can start putting your story and your introduction into a video format, we've provided those video format capture pages as well. So we started with that, and then this has been a labor of love for us, a real labor of love, because marketing is an art and science, and it's also something that transforms itself all the time. It's never the same. And as you'll see all the time in Google, and they'll say, there's algorithms that work, and then they change. And so everything it's a moving field, and you have to stay current in that moving field. However, the one thing that stays consistent and the one thing that is always sustainable is you. And if your business, whatever business you may be in, depending on the stability of the owners of the company, depending on the stability of all the components that make that company what it is, the only thing that is stable, the only thing that is sustainable is you. So it's really important for you to understand how that you need to be able to create your online brand. And that really comes down to your visual, your name, and being able to speak your story. And so we started putting all these components together. And so we started with, of course, the capture pages, and then we got the video capture pages, and of course we're growing this because it's what mainstream wants. So we have to conform a little bit to what mainstream wants. So we did that. But you know what? Here's where it differs, is now we get into the part of it that really makes a difference. This is what's going to grow you and grow your business, is the internal work, and everything that starts right here between your ears and in your thought process is the internal work. And this is one thing that I've always known about the network marketing industry. It's a business wrapped up, it's personal development wrapped up to look like a business. And we've got the business aspect of this, but we've also got the personal development. We've got the courses in here, one course in particular, the village of Anything's Possible, and nobody else has this. This is what was instrumental several years ago in really generating so many millionaires and such a stir in the secret environment. Everybody remembers about The Secret that was launched, and Rhonda wrote the book, and the movie came out with Bob Proctor and all that kind of stuff. It really is about the internal work. However, this particular course is done in such a way that you can tap into that, and you can internalize it. You need to really devour it. And this is the one thing I'm going to tell you, is our products are consumable. And for those of you people who don't go in there and really devour them, you're really selling yourself short, because these are the things that are going to make a difference in you. It's not going to be an autoresponder. It's not going to be a system. It's not going to be anything like that in this industry that's ever going to make a difference between you and your ability to rise into that 3% in the industry that are making all the money. The 97% are still following systems and following autoresponders, and they are sending out their link like everyone else. But the 3% in this industry, congratulate yourself. You're here because you're going to change and you're going to do things a little bit differently. And that's what Mentoring Millionaires is, folks. We have the educational system. We have one of the best in the industry, who is probably heads and shoulders above everybody in this industry. And I'm so grateful to call him my very good friend and my business partner, Val Smith. He's done more in this industry and done more for people in this industry than the industry itself, because he strips it down, and that's why we see eye to eye on everything. It's because it's all about the truth. And so everything that we talk about is about the truth in network marketing. And it really comes down to the fact that you need to build yourself. You need to build yourself. You need to build your brand. You need to get out there in front. You need to do your videos. You need to speak with people. You need to connect with people. You need to develop your list. You need to be able to have people to talk to. And if you can't really develop that conversation from a good social aspect, because we get on three-way calls and it really has nothing to do about the business. It really has everything to do about connecting with someone. And I love doing three-way calls with Val. We have so much fun. We laugh and we joke, and it doesn't even get into the business, because it's just we're talking, asking good questions, asking people who they are, where they're from, what have they done, have they been online, would they like to get online. Here's what I do know, is that the home-based business is a mega industry. $184 billion in globally. And we know that it's growing in North America. We know it grew over 11% last year. And the reason for that is because people are fearful. People are afraid. And I know from firsthand that being in a corporate job or any kind of job, there is no security anymore. There's zero. And, you know, I thought I was 31 years in a corporate position, co-managing $1 million a week operation. And you know what? They walked into my office one day and eliminated my job. They gave me a $10,000 a year pay cut, and they didn't know what they were going to do with me. So and that was 31, I had been in the industry for 27 years at that point. So if you don't think it's going to happen to you, it's not if, it's when. That is the way that corporations are going today. They're sourcing out, they're going to computer operation, whatever. But you know what? Don't ever settle for mediocrity. Don't ever settle for mediocrity, because you have the ability, you have the environment. We have a community here of like-minded people. And this is what's been really great about our community, is that we help each other. We're not here in competition with each other. We're not here to beat each other over the head. We're not here to beat each other down. We're here to help each other, because you know what? As a community and as a group, we rise together. You guys are our strength. You guys are everything about what this industry represents. So we're a different kind of company, and you'll see that as you get to know us. And I know a lot of people here that are on our call tonight have had that opportunity. We're approachable. We want to help you, whatever we can do. We're not the end-all be-all. We want feedback, and any good company, and this is where from the corporation side of it that I come from, is you have to take the temperature of your organization. You have to take of your audience. Take the temperature of your audience at all times. And you as a network marketer, you're not there to keep blasting your message out. It's about the communication. It's about the relationship. It's about listening. It's about hearing. And that's what we're encouraging you. And this is probably something that a lot of people have a misconception with in the industry, is that, you know, you think that you have to go out there and you have to sign up 100 people and 100 people, 100 people, and that's not true. You may have to go through a great many people to find the right ones. That is true. However, when you can make a really, really good connection with the right people, just a handful of really, really good people, you know what? They can turn your business upside down. One person can turn your business upside down. And you know what? And it's about your responsibility of being that person when you bring somebody into a business. And this is what makes me so angry about a lot of people in this industry. And sometimes it's not their fault to a certain degree, because they don't know. They don't know, but they don't have the connection, they don't have the backbone and the environment and the community that we do in other businesses. So they don't know how to treat their business. They don't know how to treat their people. They don't know that when they introduce an opportunity to someone, that's a responsibility. Now you're going to formulate a partnership, and you're going to grow your business together. And it's really important for you to show up every time to everything, because if you don't show up and you don't care, then it shows exactly what you think about your business to the people that you've brought into this business. So it's very important for you to understand that. And these calls are so important for everyone, because you know it sets the pace for what you believe. And you know what, it's so important that you learn from these calls, that you invite the people to come and take a look at what you're doing, so that you can share the story. Now, if you can share our story, because this is our story, this is my story, this is Val's story, this is the story about why we developed Mentoring Millionaires. That is part of your story, and it should be why you're here, is because you want to change, you want to develop, you want to become a leader in this industry, and that's what we're here for, is to develop leadership. And it's so important that you understand that, because if you're not here to develop your own leadership, then you're never ever going to be able to develop anyone else's leadership. And the only way that you're going to build a dynasty, build an organization, build anything that's sustainable, is when you can lead by example. And we show up every time. We're proud to do that. I love doing these sessions. Val loves to do these sessions. And we're here for that very specific reason, because it's all about leaving a legacy. When you're gone, what are you going to say about what you did in this life? What are you going to say? I'm a professional network marketer, but what did you do with it? Did you bring people? Did you change people? Did you introduce people? Did you really make a difference? Did you really make a difference to people's lives, or did you just drop them in, take their couple $100 and then move on? That's not what this is about. And shame on you if that's what you did. Shame on you, because that's not what this is about. This is about building relationships. It's about building people up. It's about developing leadership. And in the corporate industry, because I was very fortunate to come from the corporate industry and have some good mentors, and it is about business. It is about your bottom line. It is about mentoring people and training people. Somebody doesn't come to you and apply for a job, and then you just throw them to the wolves and throw them on the front lines without having any training. You have to encourage people. You have to give people a reason to show up. You have to show people that you care about them. And we care so very much about the people that are our members here so very much. We want feedback. We want to listen to you. Like I said, we want to take the temperature of the people that are in our environment, because if it wasn't for you, there would be no company. And that's where a lot of companies get it wrong, because they're all about their profit. They're not about, the profit is the result. The main goal is about feeding your members what they need. And if they get what they need, then your bottom line ultimately gets what it needs. So everybody needs to understand exactly what business means. And, you have to get into a business mindset when you're in this. What do you want to do? And again, I go back to this. I've said this so many times. I've said it that I decided in February of 2006, I decided that I would be a professional network marketer. What did that mean? That meant I was committed. It meant I would show up for every presentation. It meant that I would invite people. I would expose my business. I would market, I would advertise, I would understand what a business means to succeed. I have to create my brand, I have to promote my brand, I have to advertise my brand, and I have to be there available and be objective to the fact of seeing what I'm not seeing. It's not all one way. It's not all one way. You have to really understand what running a business is all about. And you know what? Granted, I understand there's a lot of people that are new in the home-based business arena. That's okay. We're here to mentor you. But you know what? You have to stretch yourself, because you're an independent contractor. You have to show up by yourself and make sure you do, because you're an entrepreneur. And being an entrepreneur is not an easy road. It's definitely not an easy road. But I tell you, it is the best road to do, because you will be independent and you will not be dependent. And the greater part of the world, when they say 98% of the people are not successful and 3% of the industry is successful, the 3% of the industry understand what being independent means. It means they show up, they work hard, they fall down, they get up, they fall down, they get up, they fall down. But you get up more times than you fall down, and you welcome change. You welcome those challenges, and you walk through your fears. Everybody has those fears in this industry, and it's so important that everybody understands the fact that we're all the same. Everybody's the same. We've all started there. It doesn't matter how big you are in this industry. It really makes no difference how big you are in this industry. Everybody started from that same fear factor. Val Smith started there, sticking a toothbrush down his throat and throwing up and hiding from the screen. I started there from, being cotton mouth and absolutely terrified getting on conference calls. And you know what? It was through the course of just people believing in me and giving me the opportunity. But it wasn't just that. I was hungry for it, and I persevered. I walked forward, and I pushed, and I pushed, and I pushed. I put my hand up. I asked questions. I was there. I was a pain in the rear end for most people, because I wanted to know. I said, what does it look like? What does a day in your life look like? How do you do this? What do you do next? How do I do this? I asked the questions over and over and over again. And you have to be that hungry in this industry for you to succeed. You have to be. And, if you do anything short of that, then you know what? You can play around with it. You can be just, make a few bucks here. You can play around with some of those things that are online. You can throw 25 bucks at it, or you can do this or do that, whatever, and wait for somebody to give you some spillover. Wait. Waiting in this industry is death. You don't want to wait for anything. And I'll tell you, when you get into a business, this is a business. And you don't wait. You get into critical action in your first 30, 60, 90 days. Now, let me ask you this question, because I'm an educator and I love education. I'm a professional student. From the year I graduated, I won't give you that year because it'll give you too much information. It was a long time ago. But for every year after I was graduated, I have taken a course every single year. And the reason I've done that is because I'm hungry for knowledge. I want to know how to do things differently. I want to know how to do things better. I went through the universities because I presume they were the experts in those topics that I went to. It was, broadcast, media, marketing, all those things. And I went to that. However, the best education you can ever get in your lifetime is working with someone that has done exactly what Val Smith has done. You're going to get street smarts. You're going to get all the best dialogue, the best route to take, the best, we empathize with how people feel in their fears, because we've all had them too. But let me ask you this. When was the last time that you signed up for a college or university course? And they're expensive. They're $500, $600, $700 or $1,000 or even more, depending on what you're going to take. Now, when you've taken that course and you feel you've gotten good value from that course, and maybe it's giving you a certificate, maybe it's giving you a degree, who knows? I mean, the degrees are several thousands of dollars. Now, if you go and tell your neighbor, or you tell somebody that you know that could maybe have an interest in something like that, and you tell them with excitement how excited you are about how valuable that course was and what you got out of it, do you get a referral fee for that? No. We give you referral fees, $300 instant commissions referral fees, because we have watched people here. I have watched people here that have changed their relationships. We're watching people on a daily basis that are stepping forward. They're getting over their fears. They're doing their videos. They're becoming something in the industry. They are building their brand. These people are people who are going to be reckoned with in the industry, because now all of a sudden you can say, hey, I saw a video of that person. I recognize the name with the brand, and they're promoting this, and that is sustainable in this industry. That is sustainable because it's all about you. But once you've done that, you say, listen, this is what I got from Mentoring Millionaires. You know what? It's more than just a marketing system. It's more than just a ringless voicemail database. It's more than just this or just that. You know what? It's life-changing. We have a consumable product, folks. When you get in there and listen to the Village, we've got, of course, Think and Grow Rich in there as well. We've got Val and all his hot tips in there, and we're not comfortable. We're not content to just stop at that. We are continually adding, and we are continually growing based on your needs. And that's the one thing I love about Val Smith. He's proactive. He's an analytic. He's always looking at the industry. He's looking at other people. We're analyzing together, him and I. We're taking a look at what is needed for you to move forward. What do you need to move forward? Because if you don't move forward, if you don't step forward, if you don't make a voice for yourself in this industry, nothing will change for you. You have been given a safe environment for you to step forward, for you to speak your voice, for you to put to your videos together, for you to be able to test your message amongst the people that care about you. And so when you do that, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be encouraged. you're going to have an ability to look at things objectively. And when you look at things objectively instead of subjectively, you have an opportunity to grow. And I've done that in my past, where I've had to take a hard look at myself in the mirror and be honest, be completely honest with myself and say, you know what I'm doing is not moving me forward. What is it that I need to do to change? What is it about my personality? What is it about my skills? What is it that I need to learn how to do that I can change my bottom line? Because the more value that you bring to your environment, to the people, when you can offer anything, then you have value to people. If you can help them get them set up on Skype and show them how to use it, you have value. If you can show them how to use Facebook and set up a Facebook page, you have value. If you can show them how to use advertising or solo ads, you have value. If you can show them how to even do a video and upload it to YouTube, you have value. Show people those things and offer your values free of charge and allow people to see that you care, because everything in this industry is based on how much you care about people. And the relationships that you will forge because of that will be lifelong. And I can tell you that some of the people that I have met through this industry, I would never ever have met outside of that, because I love the online world, and I've made connections with people globally in every culture, in every country in the world, and from Sherpas in Nepal to people in the UK to Switzerland to the United States to Mexico to Puerto Rico. We've learned people have skills. Everybody has a skill, and it's being in a community of people like we have here, and I love that. Our community is our strength. And you can be a lone soldier. You can go wherever you want and be alone, but you'll never, ever rise above the ranks and be part of anything unless you're part of a community and part of a bunch of people who actually care for you. And that's who we are here at Mentoring Millionaires. I just want to read a couple of these messages here. Yeah, you know what, you guys? We care so much about every one of you. We are so available to every single one of you, and I think you all know that. Our Skypes, our phone numbers, Facebook chats, we're here to help. And whatever you need from us, we're here to help you with that. But remember, it comes down to you first. You have to push yourself. You have to be hungry for it. You have to really be wanting to make that change. And if you're not seeing changes yet, start asking yourself the question, what do I need to do next? Get someone to help you analyze that. But I'm telling you, the biggest thing you need to do is get your story straight. This has been my story. What's your story? So I hope you've all enjoyed this. This has probably been a little bit different than the Val Smith story. This is my story, but I love Val. We're great friends. We're good business partners. We have your interests at heart and about making you the next millionaire. So whatever you need, you make sure you stay in contact with us, stay plugged in, introduce people. All you have to do is master the art of the invitation. All people need to do is come and evaluate it for themselves. Please do not do the presentation on your own. It's not your presentation until you get your own story. When you have your story, you can tell people your story about why you're here. It's your story. Invite them then to hear our story and invite them into our community so that they can be part of it and benefit from everything that we're doing. All right? So folks, I'm going to close it out tonight with that. I hope you enjoyed this. A little bit different maybe than you're used to with Val. You know what? Don't miss anything. In all the years that I've known Val, I've never missed one presentation of his ever, because he's a great teacher. and you never know what you're going to get because he does it off the cuff. He does it off the top of his head. He does it from his heart, and everything that he delivers to you is pure gold. So if you ever want to move your business, these are free. These presentations are free to everyone. You know what? People get great knowledge. They'll get great training just from showing up for these, whether or not they ever join your business. Invite them just to come and evaluate it because there's so much information for everybody. You know what? And that's what we're here all about, is to help you, and we want you to succeed. You know, and we want you to bring value to everyone else too. This was my story tonight, and you know, and Val has his story. Now, every one of you out there need to develop your story, and then you can invite them here to hear exactly why we're here and what we're doing, and that's part of our community, and we invite everybody into our community. So anyways, we're going to close out the call tonight. Thank you, each and every one of you. You are all millionaires, every one of you. You're just, it's there, you're just walking into the structure. Just keep walking forward and walking forward. Don't be afraid of failures, because failure is a part of success. Welcome it, embrace change, and do everything you can every single day to grow yourself, because that's what it's all about. All right? See you guys.